Hello everyone, my name is Vimal Raj. I'm a lecturer from James Polytechnic College, Aurangabad, Bihar, the mechanical department. So today we're going to discuss on the unit number 4, that is heat treatment of steels. So this is lecture number 20, and the topic that we're going to discuss today is surface hardening, method of surface hardening. So this is from the subject mechanical engineering materials, that is 1625304. And today's content are surface hardening, case hardening, carburizing, nitrate, nitriding, carbonitriding, cyaniding, selective surface hardening, and induction hardening. What is surface hardening? So many engineers must be very hard to resist surface tensions or wear and yet possess adequate toughness to resist impact damage. So surface hardening is nothing but is a process by which a steel is given a hard, wear resistant surface while retaining a ductile but tougher interior. So surface hardening is usually done for the following reasons, that is to improve the wear resistance, to improve resistance to high contact stresses, to improve fracture toughness, to improve fatigue resistance, and sometimes to improve corrosion resistance. So basically surface hardening is a process by which the steel is given the hard and wear resistance surface while retaining a ductile but tougher interior. So that is what the surface hardening is all about. So component that usually requires surface hardening includes gears, bearings, valves, cams, hand tools, rolls, hand tools, rolls, shafts, machine tools, bearing racers. Surface hardening technique can be classified into two major categories, that is process that change the surface chemical composition, case hardening or thermochemical process, and next one is process that do not change the surface chemical composition, that selectively surface hardening or local thermal surface hardening. So these are the cutting tools when which the surface has been hardened. So first one is the case hardening. Case hardening method includes carburizing, nitriding, carbonitriding, and cyaniding. So these are the four case hardening methods. Carburizing first. Carburizing is a hardening process in which carbon is introduced into the surface layer of the steel. So it's a hardening process. Carburizing is nothing but just simple. It's a hardening process where in which it will harden the carbon. Okay, in which the carbon is introduced into the surface, and where in which the surface is being introduced with the carbon, so that carbon will make the surface of the steel to be harder. So steel is heated in contact with a substance that has a high carbon content. So the steel is heated in contact with a substance that has a high carbon content. Okay. Next, the steel is held at a temperature above the 850 to 950 degrees Celsius for a suitable period of time. So steel is held at a temperature above the UCT. Next one is carburizing process. So this process is like a pack carburizing, gas carburizing, and liquid carburizing. There are three types of carburizing process are there. Next one is the nitriding process. Another process by which a case of hardened steel can be achieved. So this is another process wherein which the steel is hardened. So basically all these processes have been introduced in order to harden the steel. So carburizing is a process where which carbon is introduced. So carbon increasing of carbon makes the steels to be hardened. Here nitriding process also a method of hardening the steel. So in nitriding, the steel piece is heated in a furnace between 500 to 600 degrees Celsius, and at the same time is exposed to ammonia gas. So basically this is a process wherein which the steel is being heated at a temperature of above 500 to 600 degrees Celsius, wherein which it is exposed to the ammonia gas, that is NH3 gas. And after that the heat from the furnace causes the ammonia to decompose into hydrogen. So the heat from the furnace, for when with the heat that comes out of the furnace, right, that causes the ammonia to decompose into hydrogen. So basically it makes the ammonia to be decomposed into hydrogen and nitrogen. Okay, then nitrating times ranges between 1 to 100 hours depending on the steel composition. So based on the composition of the steel, so inbuilt quality, all those things, based on that the nitrating times ranges between 1 to 100 hours. Composition depth of hardening desired. So this is a nitrating process in which this is a NH3 gas, which is a furnace, resort, the gas inlet, gas outlet. So this is a steel in which it is been heated. After that it has been heated and to make the hardened. So once it has been hardened, this hydrogen and nitrogen in these gases decompose to become a nitrogen and oxygen. So this ammonia gas, when it is introduced into the furnace, after the heating it decomposes and it becomes nitrogen and hydrogen. Carbon nitrogen. So this process involves both the diffusion of carbon and nitrogen into the steel surface. So basically this process is nothing but it is a diffusion. This both involves the diffusion of carbon and nitrogen into the steel surface. Carbon nitrogen is performed at a temperature above the 700 to 800 degrees Celsius. So carbon nitrogen is performed at a temperature above 700 and 800 degrees Celsius, wherein which quenching is also done in a gas which is not as severe as water quench. So this results in less distortion and material to be treated. This is how the process works. So process wherein which this is a conveyor, wherein which this steel will be going here, where which the neutral gas is allowed the preheating zone. After the carburizing gas and ammonia will be added. So once it has been heated, neutral gas, it is a quenching zone, where which it will go to the cooling zone and the steel will be hardened. Finally, cyaniding. So this process also involves both the diffusion of carbon and nitrogen into the surface layer of steel. So this process also involves both the diffusion of carbon and nitrogen into the surface of steel. So in cyaniding, the steel is heated in a liquid bath of cyanide, carbonate, chloride salts, and then quenched in brine water soil. So in cyaniding, the steel is heated in a liquid bath of cyanide, carbonate, chloride salts, and then quenched in brine water or oil. So this process also involves in diffusion of CNA. Next one is selective surface hardening. So this process are also called localized heat treatment. This process are also called as localized heat treatment because only the surface is austenized and quenched to produce martensite. So basically this process is also called as heat treatment because only the surface is austenized and quenched to produce martensite. So selective surface hardenings are classified according to the heating sources. So the process are flame hardening, induction hardening, laser hardening, electron beam heating, heat treating. Okay. So induction hardening process is simple. Induced current. So in induction hardening, when this induced current is introduced, metal will be surrounded in a quickly changing magnetic field. So these metals will be surrounded by a quickly changing magnetic field. Quick changing magnetic field. So heating temperature will be around 750 to 850, quenched in water. So once the process has been done, it is finally consumed water. So this is nothing but induced current in this in which metal will be surrounded in a quick changing magnetic field, and heating temperature will be 750. Finally, it is quenched in water. So advantages: no scaling effect, no scaling effect, reduced distortion, consistent surface texture. Disadvantages: high cost. Basically, this is high cost. And the application is about crankshafts, gears, automotive components, which requires high core strength. So with this, we have just come to the conclusion of this video. So today we have discussed about what are the heat treatment process and types of heat treatment. So today discussed about the heat treatment and types of heat treatment. So this is a reference books. Thank you guys. Thank you for watching the video. So we will continue the next topic in the next video.